Welcome back to the Pokemon Red Randomise Nuzlocke, and we're going to go and do a very quick bit of training because we want to do the Gary battle, and my Dragonite, Rapidash and Magikarp are all a bit low level, and my Dragonite has Dragon Rage, so I could just wipe through most things we face, and of course I didn't put it at the front. It's been a long day, and we're only at the beginning of this Nuzlocke. And he decided to go for the poison, because of course he did. Luckily I bought loads of antidotes. We'll better fix him. So, Gary has two Pokemon, a level 8 and a level 9. So we need to get a couple of these a little bit higher before we run into him and get stuck somewhere we don't need to. So we're going to start off just maybe getting the Dragonite to 5 or 6, because it just needs to be able to tank a couple of hits, because it can probably Dragon Rage its way through most of the team if need be, and then we should be good to go and set our Viridian Forest encounter, because that will be our last encounter before Brock. So at the moment I've got what I would like to think is a very diverse team. I've got Grass, Fire, Water and Dragon, and of course if we bump into our own friendly Dragonite, that's probably going to wall us. If he had hit Dragon Range, he would have probably won. Well, probably isn't the answer, he would have won. So if I can get my Dragonite to level 6, I'm going to go into the battle. I feel that should be okay. Some good mons here, like, I'm happy with what I could have had. That Poliwag's nice little one, especially now I can get the Poliwrath. Yeah, something I didn't always use growing up because I didn't always do the last evolutions, and I was a big fan of Poliwhirl. As you can see, there's a lot more of an encounter table here because of the catch-em-all mode that we have running. So, we'll probably just go back and heal up after this one, because this should give us good experience. And then magically Dragonite is level 6. Yeah, I really do wish we had the running shoes. Like, it would make this game nearly to the next level of perfect. I know the thing I always hate in this game is the bag. You just end up with so much rubbish in there, and plus the fact I've randomised all the items hasn't helped make this any easier this time around. So let's go and see if we can sort out Gary. I'm sure we could beat him, and I'm sure we can make it look good for the cameras, especially with my mighty Dragonite. Of course we get probably a Grimer. I will never star you. We'll also just wipe this one out quickly and efficiently and see where we go with this first major battle of the game. Come on then, Gary, let's see what you've got for me. Well, he had an Onyx at the very start, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't have the same as what he started with. So we've got a Pidgeot. That's relatively scary because it's quite a strong Pokemon. So it's taken out half my health in one hit. But the fact that Dragon Rage is this OP early on helps a lot. Now he's got an Ekans. I should be able to do the same again. Luckily his so-called stronger one is actually quite weak, which helps. So yeah, so that was Gary. Gary was easy. Never mind. We'll heal up. Switch back to Weeping Bell for the encounter and see what lucky Pokemon we get from Viridian Forest. When you play this in a normal game, you always have that little I desire to just catch that Pikachu early on, and you never catch it first encounter. It's always like a Caterpie or a Weedle that always goes on, pisses you off because the Weedle will poison you, the Caterpie will slow you down, and then you're stuck with one or the other. And in this game, poison is quite devastating. And we will get some good switch training in with the Dragonite in the team. So that's going to be good, because the levels here are not overly scary. They're just sort of like usually between 3 and 6, so I should be able to handle this pretty well. And let's see how well we do. As we've already got the encounter here, there's no point getting overly involved with anything we don't need to there. So we go and grab the items. Ooh, money! Money! Let's see, what do we catch in here? Or are we going to have one of these ridiculous ones where you just don't bump into anything? Dun 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 dun. Oh, let's just see if there was an item here. I can never remember. One game does, the other game doesn't. No, nothing there. So our encounter is a Vileplume, which is very interesting, to say the least. I don't know if asleep works. It does still work, yes. That's good. No, and it works straight up. Let's try this again. I may just throw a razor leaf at it, just to weaken it. Shouldn't kill being a grass move. If it does, I've lost a Vileplume, so it barely touches it. With the sleep and the lower catch rates, I should be okay with this one. And it's almost a backup. Ooh. No, I'm gonna leech seed it. Just this is just turning into a nightmare, isn't it? It should be pretty easy. Oh, God's sake, stupid Vileplume. We'll just go for some razor leaves, weaken it a little bit. We know it does bugger all damage. Instead we just wasted loads of time trying to catch a Vileplume, which we didn't really need. I thought this might have been a little bit of a quicker episode without just doing grinding, but we're not really doing the grinding, are we? We're doing more of the preparing for the next gym sort of situation. There we go. We caught the Vileplume. And now we can go and beat all the trainers. Odd boy. Really need to stay in the grass now, do a pivot. We did, and I was meant to do some rotating too. Where is Pete? And we have to make sure we don't go over level 14, I think it is, for Brock. Otherwise we can't use those Pokemon. I will have to double check before we get there. Get some training done. We do need to have a few more levels on the other ones in the team. We can't just keep it. Of course I go to the fire one when I get the water Pokemon come and get me. That's just the luck of this game, right? We'll go with Bulba because I don't want to completely destroy. Okay. Mechanics there, let's use recover first move. He has the fire type. This one should give us some good XP as well because it's evolved, so we're going to be having a few going forward. I'm going to try and avoid the grass, but just take the trainers for now. So, what does the bug catcher have? He has a Tangler, which is actually something I could beat with my Charmander, right? Definitely a Charmander here. Okay, Leech Seed is going to be a bugger, but it's easy enough to survive, and we'll give Rapidash a couple of good levels. We're not too worried about learning too many more moves. We'll keep him out for Mr. Mime. I don't think it can do too much damage. If it does, oops. That's the best way I can put it. Like, you know, I don't think you should kill. It's not great to take that much damage, but hey. We're going to be leveling up so fast because it's a lot easier against more XP wielding Pokemon early in the game. Which is the big plus of doing these randomizers. Go on then, we'll do one more trainer. Well, we got two more, isn't it? We've got one at the end and the one in Brock's gym, and we'll do Brock's gym in the next episode because we went a bit longer than we thought in some of these. Oh god, I want to go to the Magikarp, see if I can snag a level on it, but it's a bit risky. We're gonna have to do it. If it dies, it dies. Like, I've got something that can deal with most of it. It's not great. Okay, we're not gonna. We have to go to Bulba. I can't risk just losing him all the time. This should one-shot, so it's not really anything to worry about. It's a bit frustrating. I would like to try and get some levels on that Magikarp at some point. It's going to fall behind if I don't. That's frustrating. It's the one that didn't. Well, probably we'll have to stick to this. We can't really risk. Oh god, this hurts, doesn't it? So hopefully this can kill one shot. Because I believe Thrash gets stronger. Oh good, we survived. That's not good. We're going to have to go to Dragonite to finish off. Lapras, well, we're going to have to go to the Dragonite. Just smash it with a Dragon Rage and get out of town. Should kill, if not, it was 2 shots. And there we go, so another level. Like, they're flying up, like, you saw how high the Weeping Bell just jumped. The one thing I think is a bit negative from the randomizers is you don't get the random sort of potions you would normally get. Which is what I need right now, really, for most of these Pokemon. Like, I'm not getting anything, which is good. No encounters. We know we have this one strong trainer at the end, which I'm probably just going to throw Pete at. This Dragon Rage it, get it done. I think I've been quite lucky that I got a Dragon Rage Mon for the early part of the game. It's not very often you get that lucky in one of these games. And I'm still worried that I'm jumping a few too many levels. There's an item here, isn't there? No, a Leaf Stone. Oh, I can get the Victory Bell, I think. I think that's how you get a Victory Bell, with a Leaf Stone. Well, that's a great start to the game. We are going to just go mad on potions as well when we get here, because we've got the Nugget and the PP up, so we might as well cash in heavily while we have the chance. Poison gas, that could be helpful, couldn't it? Core attacks, bit of rubbish. I don't need one. I'll take it just so it's some chip damage if I do need to have a struggling match. So we've made it through just about. I don't think we're going to die. And we'll just head up to the Pokemon stop, and then we can say we're done with this episode. Now the thing is, I don't want to just walk through Brock with Dragon Rage. It's going to be more something to use when it's the really, really difficult moments in the game. So I'm just going to make that point clear. I'm going to go out my way not to be relying on it. If I face something that scares me, it's going to be happening. But we'll see in the next episode where I end up going and what I end up facing. So do you think we can beat Brock, and do you think I should stop using Dragon Rage? Let me know in the comments below, and if you do, we'll try and think of a new solution for this game. Until next time, thank you and goodbye.